Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back for more action. We're playing against Central Arkansas today. Give you a real quick look here at the schedule. We only have this one and then a game against Penn State, and that's going to do it for the non-conference schedule, which means that we finally, in the beginning of October, will get to start playing games against teams within our conference. I kind of look forward to this. I mean, I've never seen BYU. I know that we played Oregon State before, but, I don't know. In Nevada, I don't know about that. But San Diego State, we know. Wyoming, we know. Colorado State, we know. Utah State, of course. And interesting, Arizona's in this as well. And, of course, famously, Boise State. We've got a lot of really, really interesting teams to play, and there are games that I'm really looking forward to coming up here in the future. So let's work through this one in the match afterwards, and then we're going to get, hopefully, over to the really good stuff eventually. I complained about this a little bit before in a previous video, and I really do mean it. Like, it's kind of frustrating with this, the way that this has been set up, this editor data file, that is, that we have so much of a time to wait between the very beginning of the season and the proper beginning of the season. And it kind of is a problem. Again, I know what we were trying to do, right? I know that it's supposed to be like a way of mimicking, non-conference play both in college football and in college basketball. It's actually much closer to the way that it actually happens in college basketball in the United States. Like, I get it, but in terms of like Football Manager, getting immersed and getting really into your save, you'd really rather like have maybe a non-conference game, like, I don't know, every Wednesday or something like that, and kind of put it in the middle of the schedule instead of playing them all in a row at the beginning of the season and then seeing what happens later on, right? Like, what I'm saying here, and I don't want to be too critical, though I've already been really critical of the guy who created this. What I'm saying is that, like, we probably could have used a little bit more creativity to think of ways to make this work. The game is playing a little bit sluggish and slow today. I'm not sure what's going on. Williams with the ball now. Passes up to Silvas, over to Jimenez. Maybe it's the game. Maybe just my players. I don't know. Maybe they're just tired. The ball goes back to Alpha Do now. Do over to Sun Hyun Tech, who's back in after his suspension. It'd be great if he could play more than 2 games this season. And there's Rocha in the side. Man, Jim scores a goal that he had no business scoring at all. I mean, what kind of angle was that? We got our first goal of this match, and we are less than 1 minute into it, and that was pretty impressive. So pass was over here to Rocha. Usually I'm thinking that he's got to cross from here, but instead he pulls it down and just takes it in himself, and that's a 1-0 lead for BYU. Good young player, that Jim Rocha, and let's see what happens from here on out. We're playing this one at home. We have a crowd of, it doesn't tell us here yet. We should have a pretty big crowd here. I'm not seeing a lot of empty seats. They may be cheering us on after that disappointing loss against Alabama. Mutenya now with the ball here on the right side over to Silvas, and there's a shot on goal, and that one is saved and knocked wide, and it's going to be another corner here for us. And who is it to take the corner? It's going to be Bowden taking this one, and he knocks it up. And he's looking there for Doe. That's who that was, and Alpha Doe's header is off target, unfortunately. There's a free kick here for Bowden. And Bowden, who actually is the team leader on this squad, I got in a little bit of trouble for telling him that he's not going to be necessarily a important player anymore, but instead I think he's down to like regular starter or something like that. Martin with the pass over to Bowden, and Bowden's shot misses. Anyway, that got everybody on the squad upset with me. I think I had 13 upset players or something like that. We had to do a little bit to patch that over. The truth is, though, that what's his first name? Eric, I think, Bowden, he's not really that good. I mean, he's not a wonderful player. Evan Bowden, sorry. He's not really a great player, and he's not really the player that I want to be like the player to lead the squad. But we are a little bit upset. There are people who have a little bit of a hissy fit, and we might have a little bit of a cool-off as a result. Mutenya now unable to move the ball through his man, so he passes it over to Doe. Doe with the pass back to Mutenya, and he gets a little bit better positioning, then passes it back to Doe. It's not really what we want to see him do. Doe, a few little moves of trickery, and then has to pass it back to Jimenez, back to Doe again. And then Doe ends up moving backwards, back to Silvas, over to Williams on the other side. Matt Williams brings this one up. He's going to bring it up himself. And I'm not sure what he's doing there. It's ridiculous. There's no reason for him to shoot. We looked just the other day at what those defender instructions are. There is an instruction to dribble with the ball. There's no instruction, though, to, hey, take a shot from, a million miles away, you bonehead. And there is the free kick, and the pass goes over to Alpha Do, who scores the goal. They're going to say he's perhaps offside, which is ridiculous. There's no way. And they have awarded the goal. Yeah, just as I said, there's no way that he was offside on this. It's not even close. Not even close. Clearly onside. Clearly onside. Good job by Alpha Do with his first goal of the season. we'll take a look here at this line, and yeah, as you can see, I mean, he's clearly onside. You got about a yard or so between the defenders and him, and so all is well. It's 2-0 BYU. I'm not sure this will help make up for that loss against Alabama, but we'll see. Alpha Do with the ball again over to Amutenya. Amutenya now takes the ball up himself, sort of walks with it a little bit, and then picks up the pace a little bit, looking for a cross, can't find one, pass back to Do, over to Son Hyun Taek, over to Jimenez. Jimenez passes this one over, looking for Martin, can't quite find him. It's with Silvas now. Silvas, and it goes back to Martin. Martin, cross it, baby, cross it. And he crosses it backwards to Silvas, looking for Son Hyun Taek, and can't quite find him. And our striker hasn't touched the ball yet in this game. Bowden wins that one off and wins it again. He's trying to show me he deserves to be in the squad every day, and he shoots a wonder goal and scores. Evan Bowden with his first goal of the season. Hey, maybe I did make a mistake. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know what you think. I don't know. That was pretty interesting. Good job there by Evan Bowden, who's trying to show that he deserves more of a place in the squad. And you can see there, Aldana, there he is. Aldana, whose name I'm starting to forget, is being covered so tightly by the defender that there's just no room for him to get open at all. I think that they've realized that if you cover Aldana tightly, he kind of disappears, and that's one of the problems with him. He's not all that young. I think he's 27 or so, and what that means is that he's not necessarily going to improve. It's a problem for us. We could use some transfers, but we can't make him. We can only make 4 a year. Son Hyun Taek able to head this one out to Anderson, the Central Arkansas player, sorry. It's knocked forward to their striker and then backwards towards Bitter, who takes a bitter shot, and it's a bittersweet ending for him. And we're going to take Alpha Do off here at halftime. 3-0 for BYU. Pretty good so far. We do have some defenders, though, who are very, very tired after playing all these games in a row. Silva's able to win this ball off, passes it back to Matt Williams. Williams will play with it a little bit, then passes forward to Martin. Martin knocks this one forward for Aldana. Here is Aldana, and he takes a shot from range. And as I said before, you put that goal about 10 rows up, and we would win every single match. Unfortunately, that is not the case. We have had shots on target, but I would put a question mark next to that on target. Some of them looked poor. Aldana with a 6.4, but I'm going to punish him this time. He needs to stay out there a little bit longer. We're not going to take him off yet. Glenn Cook comes on for Alpha Do. We're going to take off Jimenez as well, who's been tired. We'll put in McNellis, and let's see what happens here. They're feeling complacent. I don't know. Maybe I'm feeling a little bit too complacent, too, with this save. I probably should start throwing the ball a little bit more. Let's see if they feel complacent after that. That was a really, really poor pass there by Central Arkansas, which, I mean, you feel like you're playing well when you're up 3-0 right at this point in time, but when they do something like that, you think maybe it's not us, maybe it's them, right? I mean, that was really bad. What was that supposed to be? Matt Williams with the throw over to Martin. Martin looks forward and dumps it into Aldana, and Aldana scores. He's going to score from that angle all the time. Question is whether he was marginally offside or not. I think he's onside. Let's see. Now, it's disallowed for offside. He was offside, and it was a close call. We can see this pass. Oh, he's clearly offside. That's really, really poor from Aldana. He's got the speed to get past these guys. He needs to keep himself onside first. He needs to learn how to beat the offside trap. Maybe we should train him a little bit on doing so. Martinez, the goalie, knocks this one back. It's over to Cook, then to Bowden, and ends up with Moran. Moran for Central Arkansas takes it, passes it backwards, and Williams tries to clear that one with a header, and it goes nowhere, and then he tries to clear it again, clears it again to a Central Arkansas player, and our Matt Williams is setting up this shot on goal for Central Arkansas. That was really, really poor. That's not what we want to see happen. Bowden needs to come off here in a second, and I think that second has come. So a couple more quick substitutions here. We're going to take Bowden off. We'll put on Solano. And who else is tired? Silvas is tired. You see all of the good players are tired except for the one who's playing poorly. And we're going to confirm the subs. We're going to go ahead and we're going to move forward with all this and see what happens. We got about 20 more minutes or so in this match, and it's a throw-in for Central Arkansas, and they're starting to get a little bit of momentum underneath them. Benedetti, and oh man, this is a wide open for Gomez. Good save there by Korn, but that was ridiculous. That was ridiculous by our defense. We need to do a better job than that. Anderson here with the corner for Central Arkansas knocks this one up. And fortunately, somebody on our team got a head on that, I think, and that's going to be the end of that highlight. But, I mean, this was just bad from our defense. And I've told you before, I mean, we only have 3 guys playing back in defense, but it doesn't help when one of them is way out of position like that. That's what happened. And all it takes is for one guy to make a boneheaded decision, and then something like that will happen. Summary here, and we have a crowd of 52,567, so not a sellout because we can fit up to 65,000 there, though I can't see any empty seats. Here is the corner for Central Arkansas. Somebody's uninterested. And there we go. There's a little uninterested sign that cropped up there at the bottom from someplace or other. And this one's out for a goal kick, and we'll try to keep that pressure on him. McNellis now with the ball passes back to Matt Williams. Every time we pass the ball backwards, I cringe a little bit. Something dies inside of me. Williams dribbles this forward, looks for Solano, passes it to him over to Cook. Cook then will take this one forward slowly, finds Rocha. Rocha passes forward, finds Aldana, and there is a shot on goal that is deflected out and back for a corner. So we have another chance to score from a corner. Let's see how the set piece works here. Mutenya knocks this one up and forward, looking for Cook, can't quite find him. It's with Son Hyun Tek. Knocks this one back to Meza, over to McNellis, over to Williams, and here comes Matt Williams again to Rocha, and Rocha with a big shot on goal. Aldana should have gotten that rebound, and instead he stumbles over something. I think he stumbled over himself. And this is a really poor performance by Aldana. I think it may be time to send out a little fine and send him a message. Jim Rocha with the goal from the free kick. And we're playing pretty well, everybody except for Aldana. That is Rocha with a great free kick. 16-year-old kid, Jim's doing pretty well. And, I mean, the goalie wasn't even in the right position to begin with. So, yeah, you might as well just lump that one into the back of the net. Might as well. It's right there. It's right in front of you. Take it, man. 4-0 BYU, probably going to be the final score here. And looks like we're going to get away with another one. Really poor performance by Aldana today, and the defense has looked less than stellar. But that's the reason why I chose the tactic for moments like this. McNellis knocks it forward, looking for Aldana, who misses the header again. And yeah, man, I would like to go get a real striker, but I can't. I know a lot of foreign players who would play very well on this squad, and I can't get them because they don't have a PA of 200. So thank you again to the creator of this editor data file. I mean, you know, I would love to do all sorts of things in the save. I can't do any of them thanks to you, man. It's back with Central Arkansas, and it's knocked forward over to McNellis, but they have the ball again in an attacking position, and it's knocked forward, and that's going to be the end of it. BYU come out with the win, 4-0 here, and that will be the end of that one. Hope that you enjoyed this match. I enjoyed it to some extent, and we'll talk with you tomorrow. Bye.